Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a run. It's the rookie from Oklahoma. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 32-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man. It's Rodriguez. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Scott. Jackson's got it over the middle. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Back to throw. Scott. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he's
touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Richardson looking to throw this. Dancing to his left. That escapes the sack. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Let's go. On 1st down, Monk. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. 20! Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Titans! Chig Okonkwo, 48 yards. And the Titans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Looking to throw. Scott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And he's able to break out a one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
2nd and 9 now. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 7-7, our score after one. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Richardson to throw off play action. Steps away. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice...
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 57 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Now 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Rodriguez. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 45 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Back to throw. Scott. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there.
And the pressure gets to him again. A big win there defensively. defensively on 2nd and goal, a loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Scott flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Now it's Richardson. Got his man, Okonkwo. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Richardson off the play fake. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Off play action, Richardson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Curve 19. Curve 19. 70 range. 70 range. Hand the street. Hand the street. Take go.
Now Richardson. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Richardson. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Warrior 70. Dragon 60. Street. 19 Lion.
Here's Richardson to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Matthew Wright on for the field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1. I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw again. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 33. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Throwing to start the drive. Richardson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. And quickly out wide, this is Watson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 more yards there and another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. To throw is Scott. Throwing to start the drive. It's caught. Mitchell. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Scott now. A final shot before break. And this one is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And able to get this out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Let's go. Go.
They'll run on first down. Monk. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. 55 yards. And the Titans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out. Nice, satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun. Scott working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Let's go now. Warriors, 17. Back
Operating from the gun, Scott.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 yards there and a first down. Looking to throw. Scott. It's caught by Jackson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now Scott. From the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Scott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
You want to put together a long drive? You've got to be able to convert on 3rd down, and they've done exactly that on this one. Sure enough, came up with another conversion right there.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown, Colts. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Colts have got it back to within a score.
Point after try forthcoming. He's got it, and it's 24-17.
Makes the score Titans 24, Colts 17.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Scott operating from the gun. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's Scott. From the gun, he'll throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there.
with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now for the point after. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter.
That ties the game 24-24.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a yard.
At the 33-yard line.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Ready?
Play action. Now Richardson. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now a give, right side. Monk, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Here we go, set. Panther 11, Panther 11. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll go for it. Here's Richardson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Let's go now.
Back to throw.
Scott. And this is going to be intercepted. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Titans have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Over the middle, complete. It's Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Richardson looking to throw.
Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Buffalo 18. Curve 19. Curve 19. 70 range. 70 range.
They go play action with Richardson.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight. Street.
And they'll send Watson in motion right. Richardson looking to throw this.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
70, 40, 70, track 60.
Operating from the gun. Scott.
Got a man. It's Rodriguez.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Back to throw now on 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
His throw incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw. Scott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Oh, no. He lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Here we go. 79 Broncos.
2nd and long. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way, maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see. But remember, he's not going to the Hall of Fame off this first start. It's going to be an accumulation of games before we have a fully accurate reading.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Scott. Batted by the linebacker, but still adjusts and makes the catch. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Scott, flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And the Titans are going to recover the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Richardson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Monk, and he is going to lose yardage here.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Here we go, set.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Go! Go!
Now Richardson.
Out to his left.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
On for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's go now. 70 rings. 70 rings. Go, Reed. Go.
Throwing to start the drive. Scott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Inside the 20. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here.